Here's the hard truth most gear channels won't tell you. You're not just buying a tool. You're building 5 distinct systems: a sidearm, a vehicle kit, a home defense matrix, a multi-day go bag. And every single one of those setups draws from the exact same logistical pipeline. If you choose the wrong platforms, they fight each other. Choose the right ones, and they feed each other seamlessly. Welcome back to Nano Review. Today, we are analyzing the only 5 firearms that are actually worth your investment before 2027. We didn't choose these for their visual appeal or trend factor. We chose them because when everything else breaks down, these are the platforms that still perform. Make sure you don't skip our number 1 choice. Before we break down the specs, if you're looking for authentic, field-tested reviews without the marketing noise, hit that subscribe button. I don't repeat forum rumors or brand promises. I test what these systems are genuinely capable of when the stakes are real. I also want to hear from the community. Which of these 5 would be your ultimate go-to? And what's your reasoning? If you already have one in your safe, let me know in the comments if it actually lives up to the standard. I'm always reading through your feedback. Let's get started. Number 5. The Ruger PC Carbine Tactical. Most people judge this platform by what it isn't, constantly comparing it to full-size rifle platforms and missing its actual purpose. The Ruger PC Carbine Tactical isn't trying to be a traditional rifle. It is explicitly designed to solve the logistical problem of managing multiple preparedness systems simultaneously, such as a handgun, a vehicle kit, a home defense position, and a pack carried for days. It operates on the 9mm cartridge, which is the most stockpiled pistol ammunition on Earth, ensuring you are running one caliber from one supply chain. The system carries light at just over 6 pounds, and its chassis collapses down to 16¼ inches, engineered specifically to fit inside the exact same bag holding everything else you already carry. Crucially, in its Glock configuration, it accepts the exact standard capacity magazines already sitting in your holster. This is a strategic logistics decision that eliminates the need for a separate stockpile. In terms of documented performance, it delivers sub-2-inch groups at 50 yards and offers an honest, effective engagement range out to 150 yards. When you compare this platform to alternatives like the Kel-Tec Sub 2000, the Ruger wins on 2 massive counts: build quality under sustained use and magazine compatibility. If you ask any armorer who has run both, it's not even close. Subjectively, the PC Carbine Tactical feels incredibly robust and grounded in your hands. Its simplicity is not about what is missing from the firearm, it is about what is already present and how perfectly it connects to the gear you've already built. Instead of fighting your logistics chain, this carbine seamlessly feeds it.
As someone who constantly evaluates the real-world mechanics and performance of firearms, my personal judgment is that the Ruger PC Carbine Tactical is the ultimate integration piece. It completely solves the integration role within a broader survival framework. It isn't chosen for aesthetics or to be the most impressive gun on the rack. It is chosen because when the ecosystem you rely on completely disappears, this is the platform still answering for itself. As for the price, you can generally expect an MSRP hovering around the $730 to $850 mark, depending on the specific model configuration and current market availability. For a firearm that essentially unifies your entire supply chain and eliminates logistics vulnerability, that price point makes it a highly strategic investment.
Number 4. The Sturm Ruger Mini 14. When the engineers designed the Mini 14 in 1973, they weren't trying to build the most impressive rifle on the rack. Mechanically, the Mini 14 is built on a scaled-down M14 action, utilizing a Garand-derived rotating bolt design. It reliably cycles the 223 Remington cartridge. The platform weighs in at 6 pounds 9 ounces unloaded and has an overall length of 37¼ inches. Its 18.5-inch barrel ensures the 223 maintains meaningful velocity, yielding reliable terminal performance out to 300 meters. Furthermore, Sturm Ruger equipped it with a fixed-piston gas system that runs reliably under harsh conditions that often challenge direct impingement alternatives, effectively eliminating the need for an obsessive lubrication schedule. Standard models ship with 20-round magazines, and its documented function is backed by decades of adoption by North American law enforcement, prison systems, and Border Patrol agencies.
What truly sets this platform apart from modern alternatives is not its ballistic specifications, but its visual signature. It prints as a tool, not a weapon. To almost any observer, it reads simply as a ranch rifle or a working firearm, something completely unremarkable. During periods of documented instability, this unremarkableness is a profound survival characteristic that no tactical specification can replicate. It provides serious defensive capability inside low-alarm social spaces. Practically speaking, it runs dependably under the irregular maintenance realities that extended field conditions actually produce. In a chaotic environment, 20 rounds of deliberate, accurate fire from a platform nobody recognizes beats 30 rounds from something everyone already fears. As we evaluate firearms for actual preparedness, my takeaway is that the Mini 14's primary role is not distance authority, but rather presence without declaration. This platform was purposely built for the widest possible range of environments, without changing how those environments behave around it. Backed by 50 years of law enforcement service, it remains a quiet survival constant that doesn't ask for attention. That is exactly what makes it irreplaceable. It completely fills the invisibility role. When it comes to price, you can generally expect the current market MSRP to sit somewhere between $1,000 and $1,300, depending on the exact model and stock configuration. For a proven platform that grants you serious defensive capability while effectively managing your presence and mitigating visual risk, it remains an incredibly strategic investment.
Number 3. The Arsenal SAM-7R. From a purely mechanical standpoint, the Arsenal SAM-7RR is a milled receiver AK pattern rifle, machined entirely from a single billet of steel, rather than being stamped. It is built to the exact tolerances that Arsenal's Bulgarian military manufacturing heritage spent decades perfecting. The rifle weighs in at 8 pounds 2 ounces unloaded. It is chambered in the continuously manufactured 7.62x39 cartridge and utilizes 30-round standard magazines drawn from a globally distributed pool. Furthermore, it features a chrome-lined hammer-forged barrel. Bulgarian military acceptance standards require each barrel to pass rigorous function testing from -40 to +50 degrees Celsius. Thanks to these strict specifications, the platform's documented malfunction rate in long-term institutional use is consistently cited at under 1% across sustained fire cycles. Subjectively, the platforms that survive the worst environments are not the most sophisticated. They are the ones with the fewest moving parts and the most forgiving tolerances. Arsenal took the historically proven Kalashnikov pattern and elevated it, closing the gap between field grade and precision grade without compromising a single element of what made the original survive everything thrown at it. When you handle the SAM-7R, the 8 pounds 2 ounces mass translates into an honest weight, a physical confirmation that what you are holding is built to last, not just built to sell. Its dimensional tolerances are forgiving because they are engineered with the understanding that real-world storage and field conditions do not happen in a pristine laboratory setting. It is engineered in reliability, not a compromise. My personal judgment is that the SAM-7R is the definitive answer to long-term operational continuity. The 7.62x39 chambering is essentially the endurance argument made in cartridge form. While the comments section might push back and advocate for newer, more sophisticated platforms, the endurance role definitively belongs to the SAM-7R because of its massive, deeply rooted knowledge base and uncompromising build quality. Regarding the price, the Arsenal SAM-7R commands a premium, with the current market MSRP typically hovering between $1,800 and $2,000, depending on availability. It is a substantial investment, but you are paying for an heirloom-quality milled receiver that carries a service life exceeding what any non-military context will realistically demand. When institutional support completely disappears, that price tag represents absolute peace of mind. Number 2. The Springfield M1A. The Springfield M1A is the commercial evolution of the M14, America's primary battle rifle from 1959 through 1970. Mechanically, it features a battle-proven gas system and a rotating bolt rooted directly in its military predecessor. It feeds from 20-round magazines and tips the scales at an honest 9 pounds unloaded. The 22-inch barrel is not an aesthetic decision. At 22 inches, the .308 Winchester cartridge reaches its full velocity potential, allowing it to arrive at 800 yards with enough retained energy to be genuinely decisive. Furthermore, with over 60 years of continuous production, the knowledge base around maintaining this platform without factory support is one of the deepest in American firearms history.
This rifle was never about spraying fire. The Springfield M1A is built for the person who understands that distance is not merely a ballistic consideration. It is a strategic one. It is about ending fights before the enemy even knows where the shot came from. Subjectively, carrying a 9-pound rifle is not about comfort. It is a physical commitment to precision. In an unstable environment, 20 deliberate rounds at 800 yards tell a far deadlier story than 30 uncertain shots at 200. Furthermore, when infrastructure disappears, the platform that survives is the one backed by a massive community of trained hands, giving the M1A a distinct survivability edge.
Every platform choice you make is a bet on a specific future. My personal judgment is that the Springfield M1A perfectly fills the distance authority role in a comprehensive setup. The M1A bets on the future where influencing outcomes before contact happens is the most valuable capability you can possibly own. History keeps paying out on that bet. It gives you the power to reach out and change what happens from the ridgeline, rather than reacting to it up close. As for pricing, a standard Springfield M1A will generally run you anywhere from $1,500 to $2,100, depending on whether you opt for the standard synthetic stock, the classic walnut, or the upgraded match or loaded variants. You are paying a premium for a heavy, traditional battle rifle, but you are buying a decisive strategic advantage that intermediate calibers simply cannot replicate.
Number 1. The BCM Recce 16. BCM built the Recce 16 to the exact standard professional evaluation units demand. It is equipped with a 16-inch hammer-forged chrome-lined barrel, which is a mil-spec execution perfectly balancing velocity and maneuverability. It fires the 5.56x45 NATO cartridge, a round stored in quantities dwarfing any other intermediate round, and delivers effective terminal performance to 500 meters. Weighing in at 6 pounds 10 ounces unloaded, it carries honestly. The internal components are rigorously checked. The bolt carrier group is magnetic particle inspected and high pressure tested. It feeds from the 30-round PMAC, which is adopted by more agencies than any other polymer design, and stands as the most widely stocked detachable magazine on Earth. This platform's greatest strength is the documented sociological reality of its massive ecosystem. The sheer volume of AR platforms in the wild means there isn't a single populated county where a trained armorer, a pile of spare parts, or a working knowledge base is more than a short drive away. This ecosystem is everywhere simultaneously, without any single point of failure. Subjectively, handling the BCM Recce 16 proves that its specifications are not just manufacturing brags. They represent the documented baseline separating a platform built for the ecosystem role from one that merely occupies it. When you compare the Recce 16 to high-end alternatives like the Daniel Defense DDM-4 V7, BCM wins on depth of professional adoption and quality control consistency over a decade. In unpredictable environments where you might need a part from an unknown source, the platform that wins is the one that holds tolerances, ensuring any legitimate part fits without question. My personal judgment is that the BCM Recce 16 is the ultimate manifestation of ecosystem thinking in a single component. No other rifle platform in human history has achieved at this massive scale. It didn't just benefit from the largest parts ecosystem on Earth, it actively helped build the standard it runs on. When 500 meters is a working range rather than a ceiling, and you have the most robust logistics network in the world backing your rifle, you are holding the definitive survival tool.
As for pricing, you can generally expect the BCM Recce 16 to carry an MSRP ranging from $1,300 to $1,500, depending on current market availability and specific M-LOK rail configurations. For a professional-grade execution that ensures you will never be entirely cut off from parts or support, it is a necessary investment for your loadout. You came into this review searching for the perfect survival rifle. You are leaving with something much more critical: a strategy. 5 specific roles, 5 proven platforms, and the undeniable reality that true survival has never been about having the most impressive specs on paper. It's about deploying the right system before you actually need it. Let's take this to the comments section. Which tactical or survival role do you think the average person completely neglects when building their kit? And which rifle featured today executed its specific role the best? Drop your reasoning down below. Hit that subscribe button for more field-tested, real-world breakdowns. Coming up next, we are building a complete high-efficiency survival loadout from the ground up. I'll see you in the next one.